Good morning and welcome back to Shawnee Hills Workshop. I hope you can hear me. The crickets, cicadas, everything are so loud right now. It's kind of crazy how loud they are. I ordered all the parts for the Kubota and they should be here in 5 to 10 business days. Unfortunately, the radiator wasn't in stock, so I had to order that. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on something. So I'm a big buy local guy. I truly am. I love buying stuff locally, but I ordered my Kubota parts online. And the reason I did that wasn't because of price. I didn't even price check. I could have got, I might have paid more, I don't know, but I bought them from Messiks.com. Now, I found Messiks probably about a year ago while starting to research Kubota, because I knew, it's getting time for a tractor. Didn't think I'd be buying it as soon as I did, but they do a lot of videos, very helpful videos on YouTube, and I'll put a link to their channel. And it's stuff that is not so much from a sales perspective, it's from teaching you about the tractor, things to use, and they just seem so helpful, so I kind of felt a little bit of loyalty to them. Neil there with Messiks, he does a great job of getting to the point, making good videos. He's very consistent, and even though he's not local to me, he is a local dealer somewhere, and so I bought from them. So I was torn over it. That's the reason I'm even bringing it up right now. Is it wasn't just a easy decision, because typically I would want to go to my local Kubota dealer and give them my dollars here in my state. There's not one in my actual town, but there's one close by. So leave a comment below. Tell me what your thoughts are of that. I did not go aftermarket. I went Kubota from a Kubota dealer. And man, are they proud of their radiators. Wow. That radiator I think was almost $600? Yeah, it was almost $600 just for the radiator. Wow. But anyway, that's enough rambling for today. I'm on my way back to get the red truck. Since I don't have the Kubota, I can't just move lumber around today with the Kubota. So I'm gonna get the truck, load up some lumber that was originally intended for the treehouse, take it over to the garden, and we're going to start working on the benches in the garden and decide if we're going to make the little, I don't know if we call them rail caps or whatever, that goes around the bed. So we'll get this truck here and get up there and get some work done. Now I am positive when I left the house and started walking this way, I had keys in my hands. But I got the camera out, got it going. Somewhere between the door of my house and the door of that truck, I have laid those keys down somewhere. Does anybody else ever do that?
So you're leaving, you got your mind made up. Please don't waste all my time. All my friends said that you were bad news, and I was hoping they weren't right. I don't wanna sound too desperate. Maybe it's 'cause of the wine. You know where to find me if you ever find yourself across the state line. Brightest mornings and darkest evenings, you are always on my mind. These haunted hallways that I'm left walking, would you have stayed if I asked twice? And I don't wanna sound too desperate. Maybe it's 'cause of the wine. You know where to find me if you ever find yourself across the state line. I don't wanna sound too desperate, and maybe it's 'cause of the wine. When you know that it's never a question, do you change your mind? You know where to find me if you ever find yourself. If you ever find yourself, you know where to find me across the state line.
So here's kind of the idea. This is not something that you're going to come out and sit for hours because it's so comfortable. But if you're out in the garden and you want to sit down for a few minutes, especially if you're working on, trimming some plants that are right here, some low plants, but also if you're needing a little extra reach, putting your knee here and then reaching over, or in the case of the tomato plants, we've been spending a lot of time trimming them up here to get to the canopy. Well, now we can just come right up like a set of steps as opposed to having to crawl up on our knees and then stand up. It's kind of cool, all the tomatoes up here on the canopy. We've actually got it's overflowing outside of the garden, and we have tomatoes on the outside now. I will definitely plan better for those next year. So I went ahead and did one here in the front where there's less vegetation around to kind of give a better idea. I think we have decided against putting the 2x6 cap on the top. You see we did it on the exterior, and I cut a 45 there because I thought it would look really good to continue it around. And I have the material and I think it would look really good. The problem is we're already putting in aids to help reach to the center of the bed easier, and that'll push us back a few more inches away. And Alyssa and I discussed it, and although we both love for things to look nice and we would love the way it would look if we had put that on there, the most important thing for us here in the garden is that it's usable and functional. In some projects, form becomes before function, but this is specifically one where function becomes the first priority because we're trying to produce something from it. So yeah, I was really kind of looking forward to putting those caps on, how good it would look, but I guess we're just going to have to stare at in grain of post. But I do have another project coming up here on the garden that we're going to do after we stain it, so stay tuned for that. It's definitely form only, no function, but I'm looking forward to it.
20-some years, ain't got much to show. Spend most of my matches back against the ropes. There's a crowd looking on, what do you wanna see? Been throwing fights my whole life for the right fee. I need to win one, get me back on my feet. A strong footing to give my punches some heat, instead of all this shadow boxing.
Good job. Well, I believe I have found my new favorite place in the garden. Got shade from the tomato trees, got a jug of water, place to sit down, got my best friend. Couldn't get much better than that. Well, like I always say, if you like these kind of videos, click that thumbs up button. If you don't like them, click the thumbs down. Either way, leave me a comment telling me why. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd love to have you. Click that subscribe button. And if you'd like to get notified every time that I put out a new video, click the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. You like the shade, Maddie Lou? Maddie, do you like the shade? You like the shade? Oh, yeah. Good girl.